Good evening, Podium Chasers. I hope you are all well. Welcome back. It seems like an absolute eternity since I was last with you all, with having the 2-week break. And well, there's plenty to talk about within those 2 weeks, certainly. But we're back this evening, Formula Racing League. This is the Timpson Super Sprint Series, Season 3, Round 1. And as you can see on your screens at the moment, from the very picturesque Barcelona, and a track which will no doubt give us some thrills and some spills this evening. And well, yeah, we'll just have to go from there, won't we? Have to say, we do have a rather stacked grid this evening, so you're going to see quite a few new things. I know we did a stream the other day, but Keddy, James, myself, a few others have been involved with some quite interesting conversations. And as you can see, we have a brand new layout for everybody, which is a little bit more colourful, will give everyone a lot more information, and is obviously true to the colours of Formula Racing League. So again, welcome. This is the Super Sprint Series, and in case you haven't had the pleasure as yet of looking at that, it's two 25-minute sprint races. So we have a 10-minute qualifying session. Previously was a bit shorter than that at 8, but we've got a grid of 50. Not 10 or 50 are in this evening. Such is the reputation of what we're doing here at Formula Racing League, which is great to see. And I may just end up sweating more than everybody else with 50 to keep my eyes on, and there's only 2. Cameron Martin is in the live chat. Good evening, Cameron. Good luck to you this evening. Brizzle is in the live chat, and yeah, he's looking forward to getting involved this evening as well. Bit of a late comer this evening. I think he's having to get some stars. I think track stars to be able to race, but I'm sure he will be perfectly fine. So yes, 10-minute qualifying session. We have both the AM and the Pro category all with us. And I don't think it's going to be too long before that needs to be split to have 2 servers running, really. But again, it's more the merrier, or more jeopardy for everybody, depending on how you look at it. As we're just sat in the pit lane, we just listen to some cars rumbling along as we get the intros done. Switch to the Porsche. Ooh. Oh, that's brave. Cameron Martin switched from his usual very trusty Beamer to the Porsche. That is brave. But that's all good. We've got brand new sponsors that obviously I want to talk to you all about this evening as well. Again, just shows what's going on over here of the last year, and some pretty epic events coming up at the same time. So, of course, the normal format, what we would do, normally we'd run through all the standings, wouldn't we, for the drivers in the Pro and the AM Championship. But obviously, as this is round 1, we don't have to do that. We will, of course, run through who is racing with us this evening, and as always, we'll do a full track guide once we get into qualifying. I know you guys and girls love a good track guide, and we're going to do a little lap walk as well, which we'll do very, very shortly. So let's just run through who we've got with us this evening. So in the Pro category, we have got Cameron Martin, who we've just discussed in there. Dave Goodway is back with us again this evening. Azorio's with us. Domikos Kish is with us. Kerekez will be racing tonight. Chris Pizuk's with us from Run DJC. I think he got a bit of a taste for it last year with a couple of his stable mates running, and so he's running, well, you can see he's on your screen right there, Run DJC in the pit lane. So he's with us tonight. Keddy, fantastic. He's not flying. Hoping to be doing that on the track instead. JR is with us from Run DJC. Freeman, Run DJC, is with us as well. Latanowskis is in the Pro category. Jack Young, Alex Zakdal is going to be racing tonight. Terence Keenan, Senator is with us as well. Brizzle's in. Konstantin Volkov had a lot of good things to say about him last season. He's with us tonight. Hellman's with us as well. That's a new one for me. Paulie, also a new entrant, so good. Welcome. I'm looking forward to looking at you guys. Knopek or Nopek. Well, again, some of these are new individuals, so you'll have to excuse if I don't get the names right tonight. They will be going forward. Ludikov's in as well. Henbury's in. Dale and Delatour managed to get in, which is great. He messaged just before we went live, so I'm desperate to race tonight. So yeah, he's in, which is great to see. In the AM category, we have got James Williams. I believe James, we'll have a look in a minute. James likes to have sort of pink pig type liveries, so I think he's changed that onto his new vehicle. Mr. Keane. Beautiful. Hello, Keno. Hope you're well, mate. Hope you are well. Longdon's in the AM category. Caskanova's raced with us tonight, which is fantastic. Thompson, aka Chica's in. Simon Turner's in. Ryan Blanchett is in. Jan Humbler is in. Chris Schneider. These will all be familiar names for over the last few seasons. Extremely quick and consistent drivers. We've got Captain Cajones, Mario Mariano. That's a mouthful. Pryor's in. Albuquerque's in. Sven Corvin's in. Kakowskis is in. Michael Massey. And no doubt he's going to do something to win that race. Damstra's in, Herbert's in, we've got Barreto, Matthew Ing, Shaber, we've got Onivaldo and Idriani as well. So apologies if any have been missed off that list. But it's quite a big list, isn't it? So whilst we... Well, let's go and have a look at someone. Let's have a look at... who should we have a look at? Let's have a look at Thomas... Nopek, that's what we're going to go with. So you'll be able to see if you're having a look at your screens at the moment. So you'll see there's some new additions down on the very bottom there, as we've got 8.5 minutes left of free practice, as you can see in the top left hand corner of your screen. There's some new additions down there in terms of sponsors. So obviously we are now sponsored by Timpson. I really didn't want to do any silly jokes about that, but you know, they are the life and soul of racing, as that server's just frozen, which is never good. It must have been my joke. Oh well, these things happen. Oh, and we're back again. Okay, well that was a slight glitch there. So yeah, they are obviously the life and soul of sim racing, and they hold the key to successful driving. So Timpson are sponsoring this series. Apologies for the jokes, but I'm sure you'll like it. And Dow's in, yes! My man Dow, Hangman Dow. If any of you don't know Dow, he's one of the hardest working admins with, you know, 1.5 legs. Private joke there. Yeah, he's going to be back driving soon, which is absolutely, I can't wait. And well, it wouldn't be the same if Dow wasn't in the live chat saying a few bits, would it? So he's in as well. Yes, I have missed you, Dal. I've missed you greatly. So, another sponsor that we've got, this is the hard work from one of our other admins, Ben Milden. So, shout out to Ben for SBR Racing. We've actually got Next Level Racing on board as well, who are now sponsoring on the PS5 side of things and offering out some pretty juicy prizes there. So, there's a lot of stuff happening. Again, we'll go into that all in much more detail, but let's get back to what we're doing today. So, Barcelona. Let's have a little walkthrough of the track, shall we? We would do if I brought up the right one. We'll do that one instead, shall we? So let's have a look at the walkthrough of the track. Top-down look, so sectors 1, 2 and 3 as you would expect. And Barcelona does offer a lot of... well, it offers a lot of challenges, doesn't it? So we've got the long straight to begin with, and then we've got the left-right section through Renault, and again Repsol's a heavy sort of balanced braking zone there, and then through to the quickest section of the track, and that's running way too fast through COMMS. I know they're quick on Barcelona, but that's too quick. We've got Lacax's the hard braking zone, and then evidently back round to the start finish line, so that needed to be slowed down a hell of a lot, which it will be done. But hey, it can't be absolutely perfect all the time. Let's have a look. Donny, I only need yeah, that's true, Dal. You only need half of Timpson's. Dakar Sabre is in the live chat. Good evening to you. Not driven in FRL since last year's British GT League. Had a much needed hardware upgrade and hopeful to run in the Thursday League. What, in the rookies? That would be fantastic. Well, that again, it's always more the merrier. We always want to see lots of people getting involved. So yeah, please do. Please do. So we're in free practice, 5 minutes left on that front, as we're currently still watching Thomas. Let's come away from Thomas. Domikos, let's see if he's got his new livery. So Domikos, Kish, brand new livery on that Ferrari, done by Keddy, no other, who obviously runs with James, the PC side of things. So let's have a look at his livery, shall we? That was given to him today. One of the many perks that everyone has, evidently from being a patron within Formula Racing League. So not only does the very small amount that everybody, you know, help us with each month to run multiple servers across all the platforms, but obviously some of the perks of that. Not only do you get your free entry into the events, and your driver number and access to overlays and things like that. But if you go for the Alien category, you get yourself a free livery as well, made by Keddy. It is impressive. I'm aware of that. And sorry, you wanted to know what the levels were. All right, well, I'll show you. So very quickly, the levels. So you've got the basic level with this, which is the supporter. That's only £3 a month. That'll get you your number, your free seat, and entrance into the lotto. Then you've got the elite level, which is a couple of quid more than that. So, you know, well, you're not buying a pint for that these days, are you? So you've got your number, your seat, your lotto. Then you've got your number logo, which you can have done for you. We offer coaching as well. And we do some sort of new to PC guides and sim racing guides, setups, all those bits through our app as well, which is obviously free to our patrons. And then we've got the Alien level that I've just briefly mentioned, 50p more. So it's not going to be breaking any banks. Everything included in the other two, plus you get entrance to our yearly prizes. You can get a free SimHub Dash. Keddy's done a lot of work on that. Elgato icons and a custom livery. I don't know what more you could all want. And if you want to know when you can race, let's have a quick look at the calendar. So Tuesdays, we've got the Timpson Super Sprint Series at 8 o'clock, which we're obviously getting ready for now. The Rookies is on a Thursday, and that's an hour race, that one. And then we've got Pure Sim Gear GT3 on the Friday, which is, again, an hour-long race. And then we've got our endurance events that we do on the weekend, of which I will give some information out to about that a little bit later on, because there is some juicy stuff coming on. Let's see if Cameron's gonna throw that Porsche in the bin somewhere. What have we got left on that? We've got just under 3 minutes on that front. Let's have a quick look at the live chat. Everybody is good in there, right? So Cameron Martin wasn't with us last season. Because Cameron does a lot of racing with us in different categories. I don't think he was with us last season for the whole season, certainly. But Cameron is normally, touch wood, a very consistent, quick driver. I'm just hoping that, I'm hoping that he's mastered that Porsche enough so that's not an embarrassing one tonight. But I'm sure it won't be. So top of the timesheets, as you can see, not big. Again, remember, this chap is brand new to us and his BMW. He's done a 43.552. Then we've got Zakdal, Pizuk, Kish, Keddy, Hughes, Keenan, Volkov, Delatour, Martin, Senator, Paulie, Freeman, Goodway, Favatas, not 100% sure on that one. We'll have to get my dictionary out. And that's your top 15. They're all in the pro category, as you can see there, and you'll be able to see the cars that they're driving. You can see, obviously, in a race trim, you'll be able to see the gaps to the individuals in front of them, and I can play back with the other columns so that it could be more. Oh, you want to see Chica? Yeah. Down. We do requests. Right, let's have a look at him. 1 second. Ian Thompson. There you go. Look at him in his Harlequin Porsche. There you go, Dal. Are you a happy bunny now? Chop hard. She's certainly colourful. And he decides he's going to obviously pull into the pits. Thanks very much. So I know before, what we've got, just under a minute left on that. So I know previously, probably sort of the last stream, you guys will remember Mad Chip. What a great name. What a great name, Mad Chip. I love that in the Aston there. And where's William? Where is he? Come on, Williams. Where are you at? Yeah, so we were obviously doing quite a lot of talking. There she is, the Pink Pig Porsche. Thanks for the triple P there, James. The Pink Pig Porsche, number 41. Everybody beware, be very aware. Although James was driving the other day without the racing line on, and he probably drove the best he has in his entire life. So maybe that's saying something. And let's have a quick look at Brizzle. There he is, in his trusty FRL liveried Aston Martin, out there doing what he needs to do. So fantastic. Right, this is going to finish very, very shortly. We've got 22 degrees ambient temperature, 29 degrees on track, so not too bad. I mean, Barcelona is notoriously quite hard on tyres, as we all know. We can see the session just coming to an end there. and we'll be able to push on. So we'll give you a little update later on. This is going to get extremely busy. This has been the chilled out section, right? Once we get into qualifying, remember it's 10 minutes. You've got 50 cars on track, I do believe, or certainly 50 that have checked in, and they've all got to go out and qualify. And obviously they're all different skill levels, they're all different pace levels. You know, nothing is guaranteed when it comes to people behaving themselves or being able to find space. So qualifying is going to be ridiculous at Hot Wheels. Is that crazy? It is number 34. Look at his livery, Hot Wheels. Loving that. Very, very nice. Well done. Well done, Chloe. That's Dave's other half, by the way. She's the really talented one, and probably does his driving for him as well. But we don't know for sure. Yeah. But yeah, so it's going to get extremely busy. Once we get into qualifying, we'll get that full lap guide done for everybody, and then 25 minutes of absolute chaos. It will be. I say it every time we do this on a Tuesday. I'm rubbing my hands together. I can't wait for this. Right, let's get over there. Let's get back into that. Right, qualifying is underway. Oh look, there's a few people wanting to get out, surprisingly. Right, let's go and change. Need to just change something on there for everyone. Right, so I'm just going to pull up some information on there. So obviously we're in qualifying, so it will show sort of sector times from everybody. And as we always do, who's out first? Is that JR 212? It is indeed. Where is Mr. Lock and Low? There he is, Junior Hughes. Right, as is customary, first one out the bag gets to be in the box seat. So you can just see there's not many left in the pits, to be honest with you. So this is going to get pretty fast, pretty furious. You've got to get that banker lap in, and I've got the privilege of looking at the track map. Right, you can't see this, and there is probably there's a lot of people still in the pits, and they're all going to start coming out as JR. He's potentially going to start his hot lap, so this is not going to be easy by any stretch to get some decent laps in. Now again, remember, one lap, maybe two, to get those tyres and the brakes and the operating window properly, and then you've obviously got to you've got to stick your foot down. What you're talking, a 143, you might get away with 3 laps. Anyways, we come on to the start finish straight, which is obviously called New Holland. Anyway, so this is a pretty large straight. It will offer some good opportunities for getting obviously a slipstream, and put yourself in a position to make an overtake down into T1. Heavy braking zone, so we want to be right over the curb on the left hand side, just before the 100 board, hard on the brakes, down into third in the Beamer. I know it's gone second. Ride the curb on the right hand side, ride the curb on the left, full power now into third gear. Now we're just going to back off just a tad, then we're going to squeeze. And as we're squeezing, we're going to open that steering out, come across to the left-hand side. We're going to use a little bit of that Astro and set ourselves up for Repsol, I do believe. Under the bridge, hard on the brakes, down into second gear, trail in. Again, keep the car tight. Then we're going to drift as we're accelerating through. Don't take too much of that curb. Put it straight over to the right, hard on the brakes, down into first gear. Get the car tucked in slightly deep there. That's probably tyres. Use the exit curve on the way out, and then absolutely full throttle down the hill up towards third. This is like a left-right S's. Dab with the brakes, get the car tucked in. He's dropped it 2 gears, so he's not feeling massively confident at the moment. And then we've got the quick right-hander, which is normally just a little back off the gas and straight back on again. Okay, that's good. He used all the curb there. He did not invalidate into the hard braking zone at the bottom of the hill now. So hard on those brakes, down into first gear. We're going to trail all the way in. Slight late apex, pick up the throttle. You saw him correct that to get over onto the other side, because that sets you up for this little section here. We're going to back off again in second gear. Now we're going to squeeze. You see that little raised curve on the right hand side there. On the brakes now, just where you see the markings on the AstroTurf. Under the bridge, on the brakes, down into first. Get the car tucked in. Squeeze the throttle between the two. Off the throttle. Now again, it was just a dab. And in the Beamer, because the Beamer will allow you to eat the curbs, you can take that sausage curb. And what time are we going to have from JR Locker Load? As he crosses the time, he is currently quickest with a 1 second. I need to change that with a 144. Okay, so Domikos has just gone quickest there with a 44.125. So that new livery is working for him quite nice, isn't it? Let's come out from that. Okay. I don't know if it's because I haven't been on for a little while, but things aren't changing as quickly as I would like them to. Maybe it's a little bit rusty. I don't know. So anyway, Nopek is currently, wow, quickest of all at the moment with a 43.975. Delatour second. I'm going to change that actually to 1 second, everybody. I want to see what the difference is there. Right, there we go. Now it's bringing up what the doubters are so that you can all see that. So Keenan, look at that. Terence Keenan in his Honda. So he's banged in a decent lap time, and he's what, 1.3? 1:43.780. That's very good from him. Just bear me 1 sec. This new setup I want to make sure is correct for everybody. Okay, so that's now going to show us. That's now going to show us the relatives to the session best, which is obviously good to see. So we've got 1/10, well, 2 tenths between first and second, and then 3 1/4 tenths again. Then we've only got 10 thousandths between third and fourth place. So Zach Dan Delatour, they're continuing their battles that they've had over the last few seasons. Kish is in fifth. Hughes, as we saw in his lap, is in sixth at the moment. Cameron Martin's doing all right in his Porsche, isn't he? In seventh. He's only 4 tenths off the pace. Volkov in his Aston is half a second back. So we've got the top 12 are all covered by a smidge more than 3/4 of a second, which is, wow, you guys make your mind up. That's pretty crazy, isn't it? As Nopek again, he decides he's going to keep pushing, and he takes the quickest lap of the race so far. Let's have a quick look. Don't forget to breathe. I can't breathe. You can't breathe when you're doing this, mate. You can't. There's just too much going on. Let's have a quick look in the live chat. So Dow says, this is why we race Coops, big grids, terrible qualifying conditions. Well, it certainly, Dow, makes it, well, it does make it interesting. I'll give it that much. So thank you, Sim Racing, for saying that. WeTV is slow. Gedman, I need practice when you've done your race start. Coops said it was slow and high. Oh dear, oh dear. So Dow's, that's fine. Dow's cracking out the jokes. Anyway, back to what we're looking at. Zach Dow takes the mantle at the moment, so he's currently in first place. That is a good time actually from Zach Dow, a 43.422. As Senator, he goes third place in his BMW and then goes straight into the pits, almost 3 tenths further down. Keenan's fourth, Delatour fifth, Azoreo's sixth, and then we've got Kish, Hughes, Martin, Bale, Volkov. I'm going to have a prize in the pits, which is a shame. He's 12th overall, first in the AM class actually. Chris Pizuk's 13th, Kelly's 14th. Then we've got Blanchett, he's 15th, second in the AM class in his Ferrari. Dude, I don't know how to pronounce your name. That is frustrating me. Let's change driver. Well, I would do if that would move over there for me. Let's go further down the grid. Let's have a look a bit further down. So Marcus Shaber, new one for us in his Ferrari. You can see his sector times on the bottom right-hand corner there. So you can see what his last lap was. You can see how far he is away from the next individual. That is actually on track, not in terms of qualifying time. But yeah, I mean, he's not doing too bad, is he? So he's 19th at the moment in his Ferrari. Then we've got Hellman's 20th in the Pro class. Longdon's 21st, he's in the AM category. Goodway's 22nd, Ings 23rd, Brizzle in 7th at Aston, he's 24th in the Pro class. Michael Massey, I'm sure he'll fix it. So he does better. You know, I'm going to have to do that the entire season now. So, I mean, unless it is actually Michael Massey, I mean, what, is that good? I don't know. Barretto's 26th, Latanowskis is 27th, Madchip is 28th, Chris Schneider's 29th, and Albuquerque is currently in 30th place, and we are nowhere near done now, ladies and gents, as we're watching Shaber at the moment. So 31st, Alberson, Albuquerque. Then we've got James Williams. Let's have a look at that pink Porsche. James Williams, there you go, number 41. He's currently 32nd. Sven Gorin's 33rd, Turner's 34th. And we can see Idriani's currently 35th. Paulie in the 834 BMW. That's in the Pro class, is 36th. Herbert's 37th. Hublet is 38th. Breck Vilms 39th. Mariano's in 40th. Then we've got Kakauskas in 41st. Damstra is 42nd. And B Magic is 43rd. Any more? Well, only one more. Thank God those other 6 didn't turn up tonight. Mark Henbury is 44th. Let's have a look at Mark. Let's see how he's getting on in that Audi. We know the Audi, she is most definitely a handful. There's no doubt about that. Let's get on board and have a listen. Let's go there, shall we? Let's have a look at it from there, shall we? So what we've got left, 34 seconds. This is how crazy this is. I know we all want to know, well, what's going on at the top and who's going to overtake this, that and the other. You've got 44 drivers on track within a 10-minute spell. So I'm probably lucky if I can actually get through everybody. Daddy, stop, I'm a bit, oh no. Oh, Smiley's in. Hello, buddy, hope you're well. Dazzler's like, up the M chip. Okay, Dazzler Snipes is supporting the chips. Right, oh, and it's worth a punt out for Taco Coops. We've got 84 drivers. Wow, well, have I not got enough to talk about, Chris? But very briefly, as qualified finishes then, just to please Mr. Gedman. You know, it's all good. Taco Tuesdays, which was, or is, not was, is our infamous PS5 Tuesday League. When we started out with that, there was only like 10, 12 of us that were doing it, and a year later, they're now running 3 full grids, full servers, 84 racing this evening. So if you're watching this and you don't have a PC, but you have a PS5, or indeed a PS4, and you want to do that, you need to go onto our Discord, and you need to get involved. 84 on the PS5, which is seriously great news. So let's go to the top. This is a long way away. So Zach Dow is in the pits at the moment. So there we have qualifying is done. We've got 3 yellows on track at the moment. That's just people stopping, which is fine. So Alex Zakdal, congratulations to you. 143.422 takes pole position. Nopek in his first race with his second place. That's pretty fantastic. Only half a tenth behind. Then Terence Keenan in his Honda's just a smidge over a tenth further down the road. Lavities, that's I'm going to have to call you Favities. Favities. That will do. Thanks, my love. No problem, Chris. You're always welcome, mate. And Senator is 5th. Keddy is in 6th. Lock and Load is 7th, half a second off the pace. Delatoire's managed to go into 8th. I need to come away from that 1 second. We'll leave that there. You guys don't mind seeing that. Chris Pizik is 9th. Osorio is 10th. Domikos Kish 11th. Cameron Martin 12th. Volkov 13th. Dale in 14th place. Then we've got Priors in 15th with Blanchett. They're your first 2 in the AM category. Kerriker 17th, Freeman 18th, Shabar 19th. He's 3rd in the AM class. And then we've got Henry, Brown, Barretto, Hellman and Longdon. That makes up your top... It's ridiculous, isn't it? That makes up your top 24, yeah? So let me come away from that. Let's get a better view for everybody. Helicam will do. That's a beautiful view. Well done. Let's try and move it down the grid a little bit so you can see them all. Let's go there, shall we? Right, you can see them all lined up. There's only a few. This should be totally easy to keep you all perfectly up to date with what's going on. Where did we get to? 24th, didn't we? Yeah, Nigel Longdon. 25th, Dave Goodway. Ian Thompson starts in 26th place. Matthew being 27th. Albuquerque is in 28th. Then we've got Michael Massey, 29th. And Mad Chip in 30th, so Dazza will be happy with that. 31st is Mount Pauly. Then we've got Latanowskis 32nd, Chris Schneider 33rd, James Williams is in 34th, Sven Gorvin's going to start in 35th place, Black Magic 36th, Turner 37th, Idriani 38th, Herbert's going to start 39th, Hoblet is going to start in 40th, Mariano 41st, Caskanova's going to start 42nd, Kakauskis is 43rd, and Damstrat is going to start in 44th. Oh, we've had an extra one jumping at the end. Chalengo, welcome Chalengo, is going to start in 45th. So there we go. Nice and easy. Not enough boxes, so end up with 2 cases of... What? What are you chatting about, Dal? No, I don't want a drone cam. Seriously, Dal, there's enough to do here, mate. There is a lot to do. So, again, we have got a 25-minute race upcoming for you all to enjoy. No pit stops. We don't have to worry about fuel. We do not have to worry about tyres. Hold on a minute. Haven't seen that yet. Oh, okay. Yeah, you don't have to worry about fuel. Don't have to worry about tyres. This is just lights to flag, elbows out, sprint racing. And, you know, I have to say, in the past, in previous seasons, they haven't been without incident. Which is probably to be expected, but generally speaking, they've been extremely high quality. The only thing you've got to be careful of is when you've got such an influx of new drivers that come in. Yes, you have to do your licence to get your Pro Year-round badge. I get that, and that's all great. But some people come in and really want to try and make a name for themselves, bosh, straight away. Other people, they're quite happy to, you know, take it a little bit easy and feel their way in, so they get to understand. That's why you're paid the big peanuts, COMMS. I'm not going to read the rest of it. He did say peanuts. That's correct, everyone. Just getting there. Georgie Priest. Right, formation lap underway. All the best to you. Thank you, Georgie. I hope things are going well over the pond, mate. I'd plug it, but I'd get shot. But anyway, American Racing League, they do a lot of American races in America, within American time zones. So if you're American, have a chat with Georgie Priest. He's in the live chat at the moment. So formation lap is underway. We're going to do one of those, thankfully, although they might not all get round together. And then we're going to fully get into this, which I am very much looking forward to. Let us change one little bit for you guys. You don't need that on there because that was qualifying. Let's have a look at our nationality, shall we? No one can say that Formula Racing League is not diverse and inclusive. Look at all the different nationalities we've got on there. You've got England, Scotland. No, I'm joking, obviously, but a lot. It is pretty good. It is pretty good. Yeah, I'm losing my track of thought now. I'm trying to be too. I'm trying to give you guys too much information. Right, we'll put it on positions data to start with, so we can see who the movers and shakers are at the start of the race, who's got good starts, who's had a bit of an accident and are falling down the grid. So we'll start picking on people, I think, and we'll go through it from there, most certainly. So, how many, out of interest, how many are having a little look this evening? I don't know. There's 18 watching now. Wow, that is absolutely fantastic, ladies and gents. I haven't actually said this yet, which I normally do many times, but if you haven't left a like, you know what to do. 18 of you are watching me. Going to work the hardest, well, certainly for this season in race 1. But if you haven't left a like, please do. If you want to watch the rest of the series, if you want to have a look at any of the other seasons that we've done, or more longer endurance racing, or car guides, or anything like that, have a look at the channel. Consider a sub. That would be awesome. Helps the channel out massively and gives me, well, lets me crack on. Let's put it that way. Right, let's change that from there. Okay, I think we better get ready to go racing, ladies and gents. Just coming through now. Ooh, this is gonna be epic. It is gonna be epic. Right, just coming around onto the start-finish straight, ladies and gents. This is the Timpson. This is the Formula Racing League Timpson Super Sprint Series. Season 3, Round 1, our first 25-minute sprint race of the evening. We are green, we are go, and they are off on the sprint down towards T1. Please, ladies and gents, please keep it clean. So Zach Dow's got a decent run down there, alongside him, Nopek, and then we've got Terence Keenan's put himself kind of in the middle of the track there to keep himself quite safe. The first few all come through. We've got someone running wide there, but I haven't seen any massive sparks or explosions So that looks fairly clean there. So Senator's managed to make up a position. Junior Hughes had a good start. He's made up 2. Look at Sergio Osorio there in 6th place. He's managed to move himself up 4 places on that start, which is impressive, as has Cameron Martin in his Porsche. So Zach Dow's leading the way. Nopek 2nd, Keenan's 3rd. Or as Nopek just shows his nose there. Just shows his nose. Just trying to put him under a little bit of pressure, which is all good. That's what we want to see. And I wish this thing would move as quick as I'm asking it to. But it's not, as the snake. And they all file through one by one. Remember, this is lap. You're not going to win the race on lap 1. Given it's a sprint race, I mean, you could have a pretty good chance to win the race on lap 1. But it's not that likely. And, okay, we have a move. Who's done that? So Nopek in his BMW. That was an absolutely fantastic move there. He set that one nicely up into the heavy braking zone. Zach Dahl in his Honda, and he's getting himself all sideways there. So maybe his tyres aren't in the window yet, but just behind them you've got Keenan, Senator, and you've got Junior Hughes. You can see in that blue and gold BMW, he's looking pretty feisty. Remember, he is a champion. Sergio's in 6th, Pisuk 7th, Keddy's in 8th, Cameron Martin 9th, Volkov make up your top 10. Now that top 10 would send shivers down anybody's spine. I absolutely guarantee that to you. But we've got, who's that? Keddy. What happened to Keddy there? So Keddy and Cameron Martin are having a little dice, aren't they? As that looks like Junior Hughes is just making a move for 3rd place down into T1 there. We'll move on to that in a moment. Has he made that stick? No, there's contact there. There was contact. I've got a contact on my screen, which is unfortunate. So let's move a little bit further down. So this train is moving at pace. As I said, the top 10 up to Volkov. That would absolutely scare the bejesus out of most sim racers. Then you've got Kish, Dale, Schneber, Freeman, Delatour, Blanchett. It is relentless, absolutely relentless what is going on here. But further down the grid, so Delatour has just made a move on Ryan Blanchett. There he is in his Aston Martin. So that's good for him. And what position's he running in at the moment? In 15th place. Interesting. So Blanchett, so Shaber's running 13th overall. He is currently 1st in the AM category. Blanchett's running 16th, so he's running in the Ferrari just behind. Let's have a look just behind, shall we? There you go. So we've got that. Oh no. It's Aston time. I love that Aston. I love that Aston. Anyway, so you can see behind Delatour, you've got Blanchett there in the Ferrari. And then you've got Henry 17th, Paulie is 18th, Kerikez 19th, and Ing is in 20th place. So Ing's doing pretty well. He's running currently 3rd in class, which is no mean feat at all. Adam Brown's 21st, Thompson 22nd. Then we've got Longdon, Latanowskis, Hellman, and Barretto. There's your top 26. We need to find. I was going to say, oh dear, that I believe, that was either Freeman or it was Freeman. So Freeman's had himself a little bit of a wander in his Honda there, unfortunately. That is unfortunate. Freeman, quick driver, but again, you know, Chica's up to 22nd. Well done, Chica. Dale, you keep me posted. There's 3 more commentators behind me, and we're all looking at different screens. That's what's needed, if we're being totally honest. So back at the front, so Thomas Nopek is currently leading still, and he's got the quickest lap of the race, a 1:44.254. Zach Dow still in 2nd place. How far behind is Zach Dow? 1.2 seconds, and then under a second behind in 3rd is Keenan. Hughes is 4th. Again, we've got everyone's gapped by about a second at the moment, as you'd expect at this stage of the race. We've only had 5 minutes. So people are starting to get into their rhythm, you would suggest, at the moment. So Senator's in 5th, Osorio's in 6th. Remember, Sergio last season across sprints, rookies and GT3 Fridays absolutely had a brilliant season. I mean, you know, putting in the time, no doubt, but I think he had 2 championships last season. So he'll be looking to emulate that, most certainly. He's running 6th. Pizuk's running in 7th place in his Audi. He's only 0.3 behind. So that looks like it's a battle I want to have a look at. I think I do want to have a look at that one. So down into the braking zone. Oh, he's gone a little bit wide there. He's gone a little bit wide there. And Sergio, well, Sergio's like, I think, you know what? There's a door open there. I'm having it. And he snuck through there, didn't he? That was very opportunistic from Sergio. But again, he's very, very comfortable in that Aston Martin. I drove the Aston forever and got no time. You only started to love it since I've been on sabbatical. That's very true, Dal. Well, I've got to keep it alive, haven't I, for you, mate? You know. So Kenny running in 8th place. Again, we've got a nice little gaggle here, haven't we? But if I look down the grid, we've got gaggles everywhere, as you would expect, with 45 people on track. Me being able to get everybody airtime is going to be probably a little bit difficult in a 25-minute race, but I shall do my best. Where it allows. Matthew Ing, he has... What's that pinged up there? No, nothing for me. Matthew Ing's made a move. Who's dropping down the grid? Nigel Longdon looks like he's had an issue there. So there's Chalengo. Remember, he started last. He's got himself up to 27, so that's pretty impressive. I like that. And we've got this other guy who's flashing there in the background. So we've got people flashing, people ducking, sticking their noses out, trying to put everybody off. And Pryor, well, he's had an incident somewhere, and he's dropped 14 places since the start. So he's had I would say, a terrible first 7 minutes of this race, unfortunately. Which is, well, that's not good for him, is it really? So, and we've got contacts. Oh, don't pull out there. Just wait, dude. Was that Mad Chip? It was Mad Chip in his Aston. So, are you going to pull in the pits? So, Mad Chip's evidently. Is that going to give me a replay, or is it going to freeze? We'll see what happens. Last season, it kept freezing when I went to hit the replay. That's bugged, isn't it? So we need to get that fixed. Best have a word with our TV presenter type people. 35 seconds per car. Yep. Cheers, Chris. Thanks for the quick maths there. 35 seconds per car. Yeah. So Longdon finds himself in the pits. Chalenko is in the pits as well. So evidently these are people that were just involved probably in that incident we were just watching there. Hublet's in the pits. Corvin's in the pits. And why has that decided to change? Did not ask you to change, my friend. But it has done. So Longdon's in the pits. Who else we got there? Corvin's in the pits. Albuquerque's still out. Goodway's in the pits as well. And Cass. Right, guys, get on the live chat and tell me what's going on. James Williams has just gone yellow on my screen. There's the pink pig. Let's get on board. Let's have a listen to that pink pig Porsche. That's got to be stone cold now. Oh, dear. Well, that Porsche is getting a little bit... As Nopek again does another quickest lap of the race with a 43. So he's certainly pushing at the moment. Certainly pushing at the moment, isn't he? And obviously the boards at the bottom there have been smashed to pieces. Funny that, at the end of a long straight and heavy braking zone. But anyway, there you go. So James is being chased down by Idriani at the moment. So this is for 34th and 35th place respectively. Longdon's gone yellow on my screen again in 39th. If you're not aware, everyone, I normally do sort of show everyone the Formula Racing e-coffee delivery device. As you can see, my dishwasher's taken all that stuff off, so it's just a white cup. Yeah, I gathered that, Del. Thanks very much. Right, who's running at the back? So Longdon, is he back out? He is back out, which is good to see. Chris Schneider, so he's still running in his Bentley. His last lap was a 45.612. And he's got himself 11.5, 12 seconds to catch up to the next individual, which would be Herbert. So he's got himself a pretty long road back with 15 minutes left of this race. I can't believe it's only been 10 minutes. There's more action going on, as you would expect with so many people driving, certainly than in, Texas, in a certain Formula 1 race the other day. Certainly managed to catch up on some sleep watching that. there you go. So, oh, James has lost that position, and there was either a little tap there, or that was some net code on my screen. But Adriani has managed to get the move done on James, moves up to 34th place, and those two are now got to try and work together to chase down Mariano and Kukauskis, who are a little bit further down the road. Can they do that? I have no idea. Mattis Hellman in 31st place. How's he getting on? Let's have a look, shall we? Same as everyone else, in a massive scrap, which is exactly what we want to see. So this is 31st place. Now, Hellman's a pro driver. Half a second, just under half a second behind Damstraat in 30th place. So Porsche versus Beamer, and you would have, well, I mean, in terms of stability, evidently, and probably ease of drivability, you'd have to say the BMW. But in terms of cornering speed, wow, just craziness, you'd have to go with the Porsche, wouldn't you? So we'll see how these two get on. And I'm assuming that Damstra is a Thrustmaster driver, potentially, into T1. Ooh, wow, Hellman, that, I mean, again, I'd show the replay, and now these two are giving each other love taps all over the shop, and Damstra's Porsche is not happy at all, so off they go. Is Hellman going to back out and let Damstra back through? And you can see Damstra's flashing away there, not happy with that move. I have to say, I mean, the door was open, but it was a late dive into turn one. I mean, you know, I'm sure those two will probably have a chat about that afterwards. Now, remember, if you're watching, boys, put a ticket in. Don't shout at each other in the chat, okay? Because Dal will throw you out. He will. Right, Madchip in 29. Let's move ourselves further up the field. So Madchip's holding his own there. Let's have a look. What happened? Texas was okay. That's what I meant, Smiley. That's what I meant. Sorry, dude. Too many things going in my head at the same time. Yes, Mexico was a bore fest. As Nopeg is still leading the race, still also holding the fastest lap of the race. You can see there, 1:43.840. He's got himself at a gap of 1.2 seconds back to Zach Dow, so that's not, I mean, I do normally say around a second is comfortable on ACC. Yeah. But bad him. And you know, it is comfortable gap there on ACC, but on this track, again, with it being a sprint race, one little error, one snatch wheel, anything can happen. So Nopeg is going to have to keep that concentration. Keenan's still running in third place. That's excellent from him at the moment, 1.7 behind. Junior Hughes is still in fourth, 1.2 back, and then Senator's a further 1.3 back in fifth. Pizuk's moved up a spot, so he's up into sixth place in his Audi. He's got 3.5 seconds to catch up with the top five. Sergio's in seventh place. He's 1.8 further down the road. Then we've got Delator. I remember was a late comer this evening. Yeah, I don't know what I was trying to say there. Anyway, so he's running in 8th place, 4 seconds further down the road. Konstantin Volkov in his Aston is 9th, and then Dale. So let's have a look at Dale, because I have not had the pleasure of commentating on Bjorn Dale. So in 10th place at the moment in the 991 BMW, only a second behind Volkov. So let's have a little listen. Let's have a watch of some of Dale's inputs. Let's see how that drive's going. Okay. Newsflash, everybody. This is a really important message just come through from the pit lane. Hangman Dao is not doing live stewarding tonight, which means everyone's gonna have an easy one. John's doing it, and I'm sure he'll do a great job, much better job than what Dao would do. You know, I mean, it's okay just sitting there pressing buttons, but you know, we need to know what they mean. I'm waiting for it. I'm waiting for my reply. Yeah, so where are we at? 10 minutes to go. 10 minutes to go. This has been a pretty, well, 100%. It's been a relentless race so far. And we're on board with Dale, who's currently running in 10th place. Now, you know, Volkov in front in his white Aston is massively quick. Everybody in that top 10 is ridiculously quick. Dom, just behind him, is also massively quick. So if we have a look at Dom in his Ferrari, so his last was a 1:44.602. Okay, he's done a personal, well, he hasn't done a PB, well he has, hasn't he, I suppose, in the middle sector, but Dom's probably getting used to that Ferrari a little bit, and then behind we've got Shaber. Now, I am extremely impressed with our man on number 66 Ferrari, which is this guy, because he's currently leading the AM class, so fair play to you, Shaber, and that is always good to see. Paulie's in 13th behind his BMW 1.5 down the road, Kerikes 14th, Henry's in 15th place in his Audi, and then we've got Keddy. What is Keddy doing down in 16th place? That is shocking. So Keddy's evidently had a bump somewhere or other. Let's have a look at his livery for this evening. So yeah, I mean, Keddy was running up in 8th, wasn't he, at the beginning? So he's ended up... What's he got on there? Is that some kind of tiger? That's very nice for Keddy. Let's get a bit closer to him. Let's change the angle so we can see that as it comes past us. Keddy's running 16th. Blanchette's in 17th, running second in the M class, so he's doing well this evening. Cameron Martin, so there you go. Keddy and Cameron Martin, if you remember at the start of the race, they were having quite a dice. And, well, they're both a bit further down the grid, so that probably says what it is. Keddy, that is a beautiful, that is a gorgeous livery. Very Keddy is all I'm going to say. Very, very Keddy. Right, anyway, so let's get back to talking about some racing. Any change up top? No, Notbeck is still first, Zach Dow second, Keenan third, Hughes fourth, Senator fifth, Pizzook sixth, Osorio still is seventh, Delatour eighth, Volkov and Dell, so no change in your top 10 whatsoever. Dom's still 11th, then we've got Shaber, Paulie, Henry, we're looking at Keddy at the moment in 16th, Blanchett 17th, Cameron Martin's running in 18th, and then we've got Ing and Freeman make up the top 20. You've got to remember, our man Sean Freeman, you know, in his Honda was doing pretty well again at the start of the race. We saw him have a little incident. Let's get on board and let's see and have a listen to that Honda and see if she can challenge that Aston Martin on the run down towards the heavy braking zone. So remember, this is for 19th and 20th position. That's not even halfway through the grid, ladies and gents, and we've got 7.5 minutes left to go of this first 25-minute sprint race this evening. Absolutely breathless so far. I think I need a lie down already. Quick look in the live chat whilst we see these two having a battle. Down needs a rest after all the incidents. Yeah, true. Last night was quiet. Okay, that's fair enough. So basically, in the live chat, Dow's, well, basically Chris Jones was the one causing all the issues, and then when he obviously decided to pull into the pits and stop causing the issues, there were no more issues as we go down into T1. Is he going to take a lunge? Is he going to do a dive bomb? Is he just sticking his nose out? And why is he doing that? You might, you know, if you're fairly new to racing and you're watching these guys and the different lines that they're taking, think to yourself, well, why are you doing that? And it's very, very simple. It's obviously to try and put your opponent off. Just have a little listen to that Aston again. Is to try and put them off. And who have we got behind? We've got Fresh Brizzles coming to join the party. You can see, not Sean, you've got that FRL liveried Aston, so Brizzle's coming to join the party. He wants a piece of these two. This is fantastic. Michael Massey in 22nd, Thompson's 23rd, Pride 24th, Barretto's 25th, and then Fertez is 26th, Latinowskis 27th, Magic 28th, Madchips 29th, Damstra is in 30th. We will move off and have a look at some of these other battles if time allows. Look at them, line astern, all three of these guys. Right, let's see. So we've got two together behind as well as we come again down into that heavy braking zone. It's really key to get your line correct through there, and you can see Freeman's Honda. Whoa, jeez. I think he may have burnt those tyres up a little bit there. He was certainly carrying a little bit too much. Just when you thought he was getting really, really close to potentially have a go on Ing, he ends up falling back into the clutches now of Alan Brown, and he won't be shy. If there's an opportunity, he will take it. But again, I was going to say actually, excuse me. Just a quick update. You will remember pre the break we were all talking about how there was going to be 6 million of us going to Donington Park, and I think there was around, altogether there's around 20 that ended up going. It was absolutely fabulous getting to meet all these people that I don't like doing stuff with multiple times a week. It was a very good weekend. So thank you to everybody that did go, that gave up your time and obviously pound coins to go and have a bit of fun. Obviously, it was unfortunate Dow wasn't there, and it was unfortunate, but Gedman was probably more annoying anyway, if I'm honest. And he's pretty tall as Chris. Anyway, a little bit of personal information there. So, Mr. Dave Goodway running in 40th position, and our last runner on the track, unfortunately. So Dave, he's evidently had an issue somewhere, and he's not a 40th place man. No chance, but he finds himself there. Maybe it's because he had Hot Wheels. If you remember, he's got a Hot Wheels livery. And maybe he mounted his tyres. Don't know. So there's Herbert. And where's he running at the moment? He's running in 38th place. Chris Schneider. Again, you know, these are names that are normally much further up the grid. I get there's probably been instance. We're into the last 4 minutes of this first race. And Simon Turner in his Porsche, there you go. His last lap was a 1:53.15. So again, he's probably, doesn't look like he's having a massively good time in that Porsche this evening. Williams finds himself in 35th, also in a Porsche. Maybe there's a bit of a theme here. Let's have a look at this. Mark Brown, evening Coops. Good evening, Mark. I hope you're well. Hope you're well, mate. As Chris Jones says, we got told I was not that tall. Wow. Funny story. No. Well, actually I am. I'm a very tall leprechaun. The tallest leprechaun in the world. And it was really funny because usually my best mate Steve, Timmy Blunder, who's going to join us on Friday for the endurance series actually, he's like 6'3" or something. And Gedman I think 6'8". Well, he certainly looks like anyway. But actually everybody there, apart from Gamer Dad, Brizzle wasn't that tall, but most people that were there were, you know, pretty tree-like is how I'd describe them. Keno wasn't either, but he's old, so his growth's stunted, obviously. And yeah, I was quite shocked at how tall everyone was, and everyone was like, "Oh, I expected you to be much taller, Coops," and I was like, "No, I just, you know, it's just the way I positioned the seat for the streams." But there we go. Everyone needs a pocket rocket, don't they? Right, so Mario Mariano, we're looking here in 34th place. We've got just over 2 minutes now, and then so Idriani's in 31st, Kakausis is 32nd, Hillman is in 30th, and then Black Magic is in 30th, I should say. So, no change in the top 10. We are still running exactly as we were. Ooh, we've had an incident. We've had a coming together with these two. Well, they've certainly touched each other, so who we've got? Keenan's flashing away. So there's obviously been a slight rub there between Nopek and Zakdal. Obviously we're getting towards the business end of this race, and you know, if you're going to make a move, you need to be doing it pretty sharpish, and that's obviously caused him to drop back. You can see that Keenan's only sort of 4 tenths behind. Let's jump on board that Ferrari. Let's see how he's going to put the pressure. Let's keep an eye on that screen as well. Let's keep an eye on his virtual mirror there, because you've got JR Localode in 4th place, so he's keen to put that pressure on. Blue flags out, whoever that was good to keep out of the way, and has done so also for Hughes. Senator still in 5th, Pizuk 6th, Zorio 7th, Volkov moved up to 8th, so he's managed to get a move done. Delatoire's gone down to 9th, and Dale is still in 10th place. So I think when we come across the line, this will be the last lap of the race, the next one. So Domikos is in 11th. I said Ferrari, didn't I? Listen to me getting my cars wrong. Evidently, that's a Honda. Apologies for that. Big personality people, though. Yeah, that's right, Dan. Do you know what, though? That is the worst photo anyone's ever put on me as Lock and Load. Just places, always got to get the inside line. Is he going to make the move stick? Is he going to make it stick? That's what we need to know. He does a little bit of rubbing there, but JR pushes his way up to 3rd, so he puts himself on the podium. We saw going through that last chicane there that Terence Keenan just got a little bit out of shape, and I was about to say JR had positioned himself quite nicely to get a cutback, and the door was open an inch. And JR is like, you know what, I think I can squeeze that open a little bit, and did so. So JR moves himself up into 3rd place and on the podium. He's going to be very happy with that. Keenan's going to be absolutely gutted at the moment if it stays like this. Remember, this is the last lap of race 1. Senator still in 5th, Pizuk 6th, Zorio 7th, Volkov 8th, Delatoire 9th, and Dale is in 10th place. A bit further down the grid, whilst you're watching this develop, Domikos is 11th. Shaber, again, as I say, is running 12th, leading the AM category. He's doing really, really well. There's Dale and Dom. Where's Dale and Dom? Let's get on board with these two. Okay. Definitely have a look at this lot. Right, so Dale and Dom. Obviously a new partnership. They're having a nice little battle here, aren't they? What we've got left? Oh, wow. We can't really stick on this for too long, to be fair. I think we should get on board. We should have a look at our current race leader. As we're coming into Sector 3, if you remember from our sort of walkthrough earlier on, which was far too quick, rather technical part of the circuit. I will talk about those pictures in a moment, Dal, for everybody in case you're interested, but we'll just finish the race first. Kelly's having a howler. Yeah, I'm sure he is down in 16th. Not doing too well at all as they come through the chicane for the last time. And on to New Holland. There we go. There's your race winner, ladies and gents. Impressed, well done. So Nopek wins. Zakdal, second place. Well done to you, Zakdal. Those guys were not separated by more than 1.2 seconds for the entire race. Well done to you. Junior Hughes, my man. Great start to defending your crown with a opportunistic third place and a podium position there. Keenan, unlucky in fourth place with that incident at the end there, but a great drive from you. Senator, well done. Yeah, give us a flash in fifth place. Pizek finished in sixth. Sergio is finished. He's in 7th place. Volkov 8th. Delatour 9th. And Dale finishes in the top 10. Domikos finished at 11th. Shaber finished 12th. Congratulations, Shaber. That's it, boys. Line it up on the stream for me. Look at all the beamers there. Really impressed with Shaber there, finishing in 12th place overall and first in category, so in the AM category. Paulie 13th, Kerikes 14th, Henry 15th, Keddy had a bit of a mare in 16th, as Dal said. Blanchett 17th overall, second in class in the AM, so well done to you. Cameron Martin 18th, Freeman 19th, Michael Massey, I told you he'd fix it, didn't I? He got himself on the podium there in the AM class. Pryor 21st, Ing 22nd, Brizzle finished 23rd, Thompson 24th. I've got to get through this before it changes. Favets finished 25th, Barretto 26th, Latnowskis 27th, Hellman 28th, Magic 29th, and Kukalskis is in 30th place. Damstra even 31st, Madchip 32nd, Idriani 31st, James Williams in the Pink Pig Porsche, he finished in 34th eventually, Chris Schneider 35th, Mariano 36th, Turner 37th, Herbert 38th, and then we had Longdon 39th and Dave Goodway 40th, Hublet, Corvin, Albuquerque and Vilms Pitts. There you go. I got through it. I did indeed. Right, let's return to garage. So, shall we do that all over again? Yeah, why not? Right, let's do quali. Personal doubters. Let's put that up there for the second session. Guys, that was the first 25-minute sprint race of our double header. All of the Timpson Super Sprint Tuesdays are two 25-minute races. We had a 10-minute qualifying session before race 1. We're going to have another 10-minute qualifying session now. Please bear in mind there are 45 cars on track. 10 minutes to qualify. You've got AMs and pros. It's always... Wow, the last one was pretty engaging, let's put it that way. Very impressed with Nopek. Very, very impressed. First time I've watched him in his 99 BMW. Did very, very well there. And Zach Dow continuing to produce the goods. Mr. Hughes has got to be happy with third place. No doubt about that. So, I'm going to just check on this. Anyway, very, very quickly. Very, very quickly. Why hasn't that come up properly on the screen? Race winner T. Wow. Not sure why that isn't showing correctly. Anyway, I'll have a look at that and fix that for next time. Guys and girls, if you haven't pressed like, please do so. Let's see, how many of you are letting me bore you to death so far still this evening? Let's have a look. Oh, it's not showing me there. Well, that's alright. Blimey, there's quite a lot of comments in there. Just one sec, let me get to where we need to be. No, I haven't broken it, Dow. It's called stress testing. Yeah, Dow's trying to suggest that I've broken the overlay. No, I haven't broken the overlay. It's stress testing. It's to make sure, you know, we get these little teething problems out of the way, yeah, as best we can, for when we do, like, John Bongo 24-hour events and things like that. Yeah, I press like twice every week. Yeah, but that just takes it off, Chris. So press it a third time. Or log in with different accounts. So just to briefly, before we go back out to do the second 10-minute qualifying session, they were saying in the live chat about me not looking too happy in the pictures. There is a story behind that. So for the entire weekend, I was smiling a lot. It was just difficult to believe, okay, because I was looking up at all these tree-like individuals that were in FRL, and it was the one I pulled a face at Gedman. It was the first time I did it, and he managed to take a picture of it, and he decided to blam that everywhere and make it look like I was a rather miserable so-and-so, which I think we all know, because you all watch me all the time. That is just not the case at all. I refuse. Who's doing donuts? Hold on. Someone is doing donuts, and I need to see who's doing donuts in the pit lane. It must be further down. Anyway, so we've got qualifying session. 10 minutes yet again. Who's first out the bag this time? Oh, I can't see from there. It will be Jan. Jan Hublett wants the limelight. Junior Hughes, as you can see, smart. Normally it's Fresh Brizzle, Alan Brown. He's normally always every session first out the back. But Jan's cottoned onto this pretty quickly and wants to get out there. So let's follow Jan in the 155. Aston Martin. Although I guarantee you that Lock and Load's going to want to overtake him. Bearing in mind Jan is in the AM class. And Mr. Hughes probably should have a little bit more pace, given that he is in the Pro class and is an reigning champion. You've got 4 YouTube accounts. Why me, dude? You know you can't mesh them all together for the subs and stuff, right? But that's dedication if you're regularly dealing with those 4, so... Right, as Junior backed out, I believe he has, yeah. So he's backed off to give himself enough space. So, on board we go. First out the bag. Let's enjoy this first qualifying lap. And then we'll start having a look at where people are actually lining up in terms of the start grid for race 2. Again, so 2 minutes gone. That's 1 lap done. They'll probably get 3, maybe 4, depending on what they're fueling. So hard on the brakes into T1, just roll the car in. That's a little bit too deep in there, so he's going to have to back out now through 2. Should be on the power there. Up to 3rd, keep on the power. Then we're going to back off just at that sign there, just a slight back off, and then we're going to squeeze the throttle on. So the car, she's looking a bit understeery at the moment. Again, that may be to do with tyre pressures, maybe setup, could be anything. In terms of track, what we are at 22. So track degrees, the ambient is the same at 22, but the track temperature has gone up by 2 degrees. It is now 31. I believe it. No, was it 26? No, it was 29 over there. So it's now 31. There we go. Anyway, thank you, Mr. Aston. Beautiful sounding beast. So the coffee delivery device, that's no use now. We'll have to go on to H2O instead. Now you guys will remember, regular watchers, you will remember that previously when we've gone into race 2, it never puts everything in order. Now, if it does that again tonight, I am going to speak to some powers that be about that. But obviously on your screens at the moment, again, just to run through what you can see, you obviously got the driver name, you've got the driver number there. If it's got a red background, that means they're in the AM category. If it's got a green background, that obviously means they're in the Pro category. Then we've got the type of car they're driving, because, hey, why not? We want to see what people are driving. Then we've got the gaps, so those gaps are to the next car on track. Not time gaps at the moment. And then what I've put on there is the deltas to see who's going quicker on their laps and who's not going quicker on their laps. So given we're in qualifying, as Junior Hughes goes top of qualifying with a 144 flat, and as you can see on the screen, well, it has put him top, which is good, but I'm sure that won't be correct. I'll check a different screen. Yeah, of course it hasn't. So, Senator's currently in second place. Delatoire's in third, according to my screen. Yeah, we do need to get that fixed. It is down, just talking about that. The live leaderboard does not like it. Does not like when we do a second race. A second qualifying session. We will have to have a look at that, because it's frustrating. Zach Dow's currently your leader, so he's just gone P1. Well done to you, Alex. 5 minutes left of this session. Right. Somebody... We'll do this for Dell. We'll do this for Dell to start with. Anyone else in the live chat, if you want me to have a look at a specific individual during this qualifying session, then pop it in the live chat and we'll have a look at them. So, Dazza's supporting Madship. There he is. Currently 32nd place. Where's Chica gone? Come on, Cheeks. I have to say, Chica's a very nice guy. Smiley wants to have a look at Longdon. Okay. Junior Hughes goes back to the top of the timesheets with a 43.685. That's a pretty decent time, actually, man. I'm trying to find Nigel Longdon. There you go, Smiley. We haven't had a good look at Nigel, have we? To be honest, because he had a bit of bad luck in that first race. So let's have a look at him. The penny's dropped. The penny has just dropped. So we do have some talented individuals within Formula Racing. Keddy's very good at doing liveries. Cascanova, Breck Films, is also extremely talented at doing all the RKM liveries for that team. And I mean, he's got a really good eye for detail. But I've just realised, and tell me, Mr. Jones, if it's not true, but our man Chris Jones, aka Smiley, he also likes to tinker about with liveries, and he actually made me a Ginetta livery within like 15 minutes for a special one-off race, which I was very grateful for. So, did you or did you not make Nigel's livery? That's what I want to know, Chris. Oh, and Dan wants to have a look at Adriana. Okay. Let's have a look at Adriana then. You guys that are watching that aren't used to watching the stream will be thinking, why is he not telling us exactly what's going on with the qualifying? Quite simply, yeah, with 45 cars on track and the live timing not working properly for whatever reason during the second qualifying session, I would not be giving you any decent information, really. I'll just be, well, Adriana's in the pits now. There you go. There's Eliza Indriani, sorry, not Adriani. Nope, I made the long smile banner. Okay, wow. I stand, well, I'm not standing, Dal. I sit corrected. Chica, is he out? Yeah, he is. There we go, look at him. In his Porsche. Let's see how he's getting on, shall we? Right, let me see if I can make head nor tail of what's going on with this at the moment, just to give you guys more information. 2 minutes to go of this qualifying session. So, on my screen, given I've got 45 individuals to go through, Alex Zakdow is currently in P1 with a 43.215. Junior Hughes is in second place. It looks like he's about 3.5 tenths further back. And then third is Terence Keenan at the moment. Sounds familiar from race 1. It certainly does. And in fourth place, I have absolutely no... Oh no, Nopek is in fourth place. Remember, he was your race winner from the first race this evening. I think he qualified second in that race as well, and managed to get a move done on Zakdow in the first lap, probably taking advantage there of some cold-ish tyres from Mr. Zakdow, unfortunately. So 1 minute 20 left. It's a beautiful Porsche, Chica. It is a beautiful Porsche. No change from quali to race then, Coops. None at all, Del. None at all. Right, Chris Pizzock. But I did say previously, who's he being chased by? Dave Goodway chasing him down. Yes, I did say previously, I didn't want to say Chris's surname, yeah, because I thought it was a bit of a piss take, because it was PISUK, and I didn't know if that was his surname or not, so hence I didn't say it, but I was then informed that it is Pizzock. So I can say it now, which is great. Thanks very much. Running those team run DJC colours. So Hughes is still in second at the moment. Dave Goodway's gone yellow. Why is he yellow? No, oh, now he's disappeared. He's gone back in the pits. Bjorn Dale, again, finished in the top 10 in race 1. Was impressed with that, certainly. 20 seconds left to qualify, so he's got to get this lap in. Let's get on board. Let's get on board in the Beamer. Let's have a look at those lovely shadows across that carbon fibre splitter. Let's enjoy this lap, and then we'll figure out who's going to start where, and we'll do that 25-minute craziness all over again. Get on them brakes. That was two very quick down changes there, was it, in tandem? So we've still got 15 in at the moment, which is brilliant, ladies and gents. I'm very, very happy that there's 15 individuals that are still watching this, and it's all good. 12 likes. I'm missing 3 though. I'm missing 3 likes. So come on, guys. Come on. What are you saying, Smiley? You haven't had a chance to update the Janetta one yet? No, that's alright, mate. There's no rush. There's never, I spend most of my time doing this, don't I? So don't worry about that, dude. Right, let's go helicam. Pit lane. Oh, actually, that's quite nice, wasn't it? Let's have a do. Right, come on, update me please and tell me who's in what position. That would be absolutely great. Let's escape out of that. Return to garage. Right, Zach Dow, pole position. Junior Hughes in second place. Interesting. Very interesting. So, Ludovic Favaitis. I will get it. I'm going to message him afterwards. Is currently second in third place. Let's go helicam so we can actually see. No, we're not doing a drone cam down. It's not happening. Volkov puts his Aston on 4th, Terence Keen on 5th. Nopek, remember, race winner in the first race. He starts 6th. Chris Pizzock 7th. I think that was pretty much where he started the race 1 from as well. Senator in 8th. Keddy qualified in 9th. And Dale again in 10th place. So certainly this guy's got top 10 pace. And he's doing it on a regular basis. Delatoy 11th. Cameron Martin 12th. Kerikes 13th. Blanchet's in 14th. Domokos is in 15th place. Paulie's going to start in 16th, Latanowski's 17th, Azorio 18th, Goodway 19th, and Stuart Pryor 20th. Again, ridiculously, this is just a stacked grid, guys. Michael Massey 21st, so he's slowly moving up the grid. Henbury 22nd, Shaber 23rd, Chris Schneider 24th, Barretto 25th, Nigel Longdon's going to start 26th, Albuquerque 27th, Matthew Ing 28th, Hellerman 29th, and Sean Freeman hasn't had a great session there, has he? He's going to start in 30th. Corvin 31st, Alan Brown starts 32nd, Thompson's 33rd, Kakowskis 34th, and then we don't have 35th and 36th apparently on my screen. 37th is going to be Mariano, Hublet 38th, Williams 39th, so I'm assuming they're going to move up a couple of places. Herbert, Turner, Indriani, Brett Vilms, Madship. It's just not right, is it? Madship's apparently Madship's 35th, Black Magic's 36th, and Brett Vilms is going to start at the back of the grid. That is what this is all saying to me, ladies and gents. So at least we know what the grid is going to be. So if we have a little bit of a closer look at the front of that, Zach Dow started on pole, I believe, in race 1, finished second, so he's going to be gunning to get a win. Junior Hughes started much further down. I think he started 6th or 7th actually. Yeah, drive. Come on, let me get out there. Oh, we need to change that down, don't we? What should we go for? Let's go for Nation again for a little while, shall we? Yeah, so, I mean, it's going to be interesting. Zach Dow, we know he's got the pace. Junior Hughes, we know, battled back through and ended up on the podium. Bavates, I think that's quite interesting that he or she is up into 3rd place. Volkov, we all know, is massively quick. Keenan will be disappointed that he just missed out on the podium. And Nopek starting in 6th. Evidently won the last race. Pizuk's going to hope for a better race, no doubt. Sinatwell did well to finish 5th. Keddy had a mare good dropping back into 16th place, but Dale, well, finished 10th. So anything can happen, really. Anything can happen. Just 1 second, guys. Okay, so. Oh god, here we go. Right, what's Dow touting now? Liveries, Chris Jones will get you sorted for £60 with 2 revisions. £30 to the league, just contact Smiley. Wow. Mate, it's nearly Christmas. I don't have that kind of money lying around. But then Chris says he does them for free. People just have to wait for them. What about Michael? They're trying to start their own business by the sound of it. And that's right, no one's put any orders in, that's correct. Well done. Right, formation lap underway. Again, we've got 45 on track. Blanchett is the best of the AMs in terms of qualifying, in 14th place overall, so well done, Ryan. Pryor in 19th, he's currently 2nd in the AM class, and Michael Massey, remember, finished actually on the podium for the AMs in race 1, has again qualified in 3rd place for the AMs, 20th overall, so all to play for. But speaking of which, what have we got time? Hold on, I need to just check. I know you will want to know this, as we're all, you know, really avid sports fans. We need to just find you guys some really important information before this race gets underway. Excellent, Coventry, we're beating Blackburn. Get in there. Come on, the boys. Thanks very much. They're sky blue for a reason. Anyway, as we come down the back of the track, the big long straights. Oh, that's put me in a good mood. Well done. Well, I haven't won yet, but anyway, it's all good. Alex Zachdow. Junior Hughes. Volkov. Oh, this is going to be juicy, guys. This is going to be juicy. Zachdow, I hope he's warmed his tyres up properly, because he doesn't want to have any incidents like he did in race 1. But there's going to be plenty of people queuing up behind, so I'm going to go on board with Junior Hughes. Right, normally I go helicam. I want to see what happens into T1, so let's pray it's clean. Anyway, we are underway, and look at that, Junior Hughes flies past Zachdow, so he's got a terrible start. So into T1, he's tucked in behind Junior Hughes now. He's going to want to try and defend that inside line as well, but he is going to be attacked on the outside at the same time. No doubt about that. My screen's not changing again, but it has done now. We do have contact. We've got quite a bit of contact going on at the back there, unfortunately. We'll figure out who that was in just a moment. Let's see, race 2. Albos are most certainly out. And we've got Junior Hughes is currently leading the race, not Chris Schneider, like it's trying to tell me. And look on your screens, look at all the exclamation marks you've got on that left-hand side. That all means contact and people off track. So definitely been eventful. Anyway, so Junior Hughes, he elevates himself into a potentially a winning position, but he's not going to have all this his own way, because Zachdow is most definitely right on his tail. So we'll just see what it looks like to chase down that beamer. We'll see if the beamer's stable, if the back end's stepping out, or she looks a bit understeery, and then we'll get a feel for whether Zach Dow is putting on enough pressure, all whilst keeping an eye on what's going on just behind. So they've got a decent gap now as we've got a move. That was, who was the green? Is that Nopek? Might have been making a move a bit further down there, but so Chris Pizzock, wow, okay, interesting. So we've got a double podium potentially on offer for Run DJC racing at the moment. So Junior Hughes in first, Zach Dow, as you can see there quite comfortably, is in second place. You can see Junior Hughes just trying to break that toe slightly before he decides to pick where he's going to take, well, I'm assuming racing line, into T1. Pizzock's third. Dale's got himself from 10th up to 4th. We do actually need to have a look at that. Let's have a look at the positional change whilst we just keep an eye on this little battle here. I'd love to. Come on now. Come on. Well, there we go. Thank you very much. Definitely having a bit of a slow go tonight, my system, for whatever reason. So there you can see the changes. So you can see quite clearly the winner out of that, Chris, Chris up into third place. He's got himself 4 places. Kopek's up 2. Senator's gone up 3. Cameron Martin has managed to move up 6 places in his Porsche. So he's now up into 6th. Havertz has lost 4 spots, unfortunately. And there, your big loser there is Keenan. As you can see in 12th place, he's lost 7 places, but we've obviously just missed something there. Well, certainly a little while ago, because I was just getting quite excited, wasn't I, about Mr. Dale. As you can see, he's now down in 23rd, having lost 13. That's right, 13 places. Let's pick another close battle. Volkov, let's try and work our way. Nigel Longdon looks like he's just got a move done. Oh dear, wow. We have most certainly a gaggle. So, on board with Longdon in his McLaren, and he has got Mr. Pryor all over the back of him. So Blanchett is currently leading the AM class as Nopek does a fastest lap of the race with a 43.867. So his pace is coming back through again from race 1. Blanchett's leading the AMs in 15th overall. Longdon, who are on board with at the moment, second in the AM class, and he's 328. McLaren there, half a second behind Blanchett, but as you can see, only 4 tenths behind him is Mr. Pryor in his Aston, and then we've got a little bit of a gap back to Michael Massey, almost 3 seconds. So you've got the top 4 AMs are all pretty close together. Mr. Dale is the meat in that AM sandwich at the moment in 19th. Then we've got Damshires in 20th in his Porsche. Freeman's 21st, Helmer's 22nd, and then we've got Hublett. Ian Thompson's 24th. Excuse me. Madchip's 25th. Barretto's 26th. And Greg Vilms, we've got to have a look at Mr. Vilms. Got to have a look at our man, Cascanova. Where is he? Where you are, Cass? Oh, wow. I don't think you could join that at a better time, really, can you? So we've got 4 all battling pretty hard at the moment, and you can see they're almost 3 abreast there. Let's hope there's no contact between them. Again, we've spoken about this many times. Traction, good evening, sir. Hope you are well. You should be racing, no? Oh no, not tonight. Next week. Okay. I remembered. Hope you're well, buddy. Hope you had a good day at work. And we've got these 3. As I say, it's really important when you're racing on any track, especially with this caliber. Steady. Thought he's got to clip his get turned around. Then it's really important, that balance of the car, where you're placing the car. The apex, are we parking slightly? Is that obviously that would seriously concertina everyone up behind and allow you to get away a little bit more. You could use that to your advantage. Lots of different things you can do. Yeah, it did, Chris, look like a lot of issues going on there. A lot of issues. I want an accurate reproduction of the Smoking the Bandit, as we've got a move. We've got a move going on there. So Stefano Barretto, looks like we've got a move done. It is move done quite easily into turn 1 there. So absolutely just. just breezed past Chica, unfortunately, there. So well done to you, Stefano. That was a fantastic move, and you can now move and see if you can go and catch up Sean Freeman in 22nd place. We were going to have a look, weren't we, at Mr. Brett Films. There he is, representing the Red Kings Motorsport team. Again, I've said, I say this all the time. Obviously, you have your own teams within Formula Racing League across the different type of leagues of race nights that we do, and that's usually obviously 2 or 3 of you, depending if it's an hour race or an endurance championship. But along with that, there are overarching teams within Formula Racing League which have different drivers running for them in all the different championships across all the different platforms, which is quite cool. It certainly, it adds to the competitiveness of it all. Let's put it that way. But yeah, so Brett's running in 29th position. That's better than he was doing in the first race. I'm sure he'll be happy with that. No doubt he's not managed to get any practice in at all, because he is a very, very busy man. And who's in front of him? Is that Turner? That's an interesting livery, I've got to say, Simon. Definitely a bright one, isn't it? What's he got on there? He's got a nice big FRL stamp on the side of his port. You're not going to miss him, are you? Let's be honest. And in front of him, we've got quite a battle going on. So this is for you, Dazza Snipes. Let's have a look at Mad Chip. He's running in 26th place. And as you can see, wow, this was the battle. We were part of this group earlier on. So Public's just in front. Black Magic is just behind. Then you've got Ian Thompson. And Stefano Barretto's just got a move done on Sean Freeman. So again, I think that was also into turn 1. So I think Stefano in his Lamborghini definitely likes that turn 1. Seems to carry a lot of speed through there, which is fantastic. We've got 17 minutes left of this race, and you can see now, wow, Mad Chip, it's got to be a bit of Aston time again. Sorry. Let's have a look at the live chat. Mr. Dave Races, how are you, my dear man, says Dal. Those two are having a nice chat with each other. Dal wants to be back racing, so I hope you are, Dal. I do hope the doctor gives you the all clear, unless you get back racing. Oh dear, we saw in the mirrors, who was that behind? That was Jan Hoblet. You saw, I just caught that in the mirror, just got himself a little bit sideways and massively offline. So you can see those two at the back are having their scrap, and you can Chica and Sean Freeman are having a good battle, aren't they? And all the while just sitting behind those two is this man, just waiting to pick up any pieces. But you've got to be careful, big guy, because you've got 2 others. And oh wow, so Favets has just done the quickest lap of the race with a 43. Oh dear, hold on, I need to change that, with a 43.775. So that's not bad at all, as this battle continues to rage. Can't take your eyes off it for a second. I think I'd better move back to the top, just so we can get a quick update on what's happening. Well, I would say, as you were. So Junior Hughes is still leading this race. We've got 15.5 minutes left. Zach Dow is getting quite accustomed at the moment this evening to being in second place and very, very close to first place. It's 0.3 seconds between these two. There's a 3-second gap to Pizuk, and then with Nopex moved himself up into 4th. He's only 3 tenths behind Chris, and Senator is also then only 3 tenths behind Kopek, 4 tenths. So those 3 are having a pretty epic scrap for 3rd place as well. So it looks like we've got some really good battles developing at the moment in the top 5. Cameron Martin is 6th, 1.8. He needs to get a shift on. You can see the 3 behind there, all very, very close together. So Chris is coming under increasing pressure from Nopek and Senator. Favatez is 7th, holds quickest lap of the race so far. Volkov is in 8th, was in 8th in the last race. Keddy's 9th, 1.3 behind, and Paulie is then 10th in his BMW, 1.2 behind. Kerekez 11th, Keenan, wow, Kerekez is not 11th because Keenan's just got a move done. Keenan's put himself up. Oh, again, we've got a lot of really, do you know what, it's so difficult. It is so difficult to race this close, this intense for this amount of time. It really is. So we've got Keenan, Kerekez, Dom, Sergio, and Planchet. Again, all races that I have the pleasure of talking about multiple times a week within Formula Racing League, and they are all extremely good drivers. And Nigel's just trying. Come on, Nigel, push. Catch him up. Catch him up. You can see they're just there as I try and scoop my eye out. Apologies for that. Dale's got 2 feet working. Yes, Dale. Good. You're going to have to learn how to do it all over again, you know that, mate. Everything you knew previously in terms of how you had to drive, it's all gone. It's all out the window. Right, so Kerriquez has got a move doing on Dom. That's a great view of that hill there. Thank you very much. So, chasing down one way, defending the other. We talk about the sandwich quite regularly. Is it worth talking about again this evening? Well, we haven't done it for a couple of weeks, have we? So, oh, wow. He absolutely dived down the inside there. And who's that? Who's the 84? That's Kerriquez. So, Kerriquez has lost a couple of positions there as well. And I think Sergio, because he outbroke himself there, well, he did outbreak himself, and I'm assuming because Kerriquez was slightly off track as well, that those two had a little coming together, which has put them both out of position. So Sergio finds himself now behind Longdon and just in front of Dale. Beautiful livery, really, really nice livery on that Aston as well. Right, let's see if he can hold off the advancing Bjorn Dale. 16th or 17th place. So all down into turn 1. It's brave. I mean, I know you're taking the racing line, but I mean, you are asking for trouble, aren't you? You are asking for trouble, and we're getting some flashing going on from Dale at the moment, so maybe he's not happy with something. That you are always asking for trouble when you're leaving the door open that much. Judy Hughes is still leading this race. Zach Dowell still second. Chris is still third. Knockback and Senatoire are still fourth and fifth. So, completely as you are there. Cameron is still sixth. Ludovic is still in seventh. Volkov eighth. Kenny ninth. And Paulie. Let's have a look at Paulie. Because we haven't had a look at Paulie yet, I don't believe. Not properly, anyway. And Paulie's running in the top 10 at the moment, which is impressive. Last lap did a 44.992 in his 834 BMW. So again, just driving nice and steady. I'm not saying he's not driving quick, because obviously he is. You're not going to be in the top 10 if you're not driving quick. Keenan's trying to haul him back in, as you can see there, from 11th place. Dom's in 12th. Blanchett is 13th, still leading in the AM category. So well done, Ryan. Kerriquez is 14th. Longdon is 15th, second in the AM class, and then we've got Sergio and Dale having their little scrap. There's only 0.3 between them. I need to move to the top of the charts because there's only two tenths between them as we get into. Oh, and they touch. Oh dear, oh dear. And there was no choice there. JR had to continue. They did have a little nudge there, and maybe just going through turn 1. I mean, JR is always a safe driver, and as is Alex as well. So it may be we the Kev. Hello, buddy. Maybe it's just a question of it just taking a little bit too much pace through there. You can see it was the slightest of love taps, but that's all it needs to be, unfortunately. And Zach Down finds himself back down into 9th. So, not by design, I would totally say, but you've now got Junior Hughes from Run DJC and Chris Pizzock from Run DJC. So, although I think Chris is feeling a bit uncomfortable right now because Nopek, who won race 1, remember, is in 3rd at the moment in his BMW, and he's all over the back of him, and they're going to kiss. They've got a kiss on these two are teammates. So Nopek and Senatoire, they're teammates. Fantastic. I love this because it's adding, well, either that or they've just got the same livery. It's really adding to the spice of everything when we've got these situations going on. And they are side by side, almost 3 wide there. And I think Chris had to back out of that. And as he backed out, your man behind was obviously carrying more pace through. So there was a love tap going in as they were approaching into the chicane. So that was unfortunate, but all is well. They're okay. Senatoire manages to get a move done on Mopik though, so they've swapped over in terms of 3rd and 4th place. You can see they're obviously differentiating their cars by their wing mirrors, the blue and the yellow, but just behind them you've got Cameron Martin. Remember, Cameron was on the live chat earlier on today saying, I hope I do okay in the Porsche, so I've changed from the Beamer as he dives into turn 1. Oh, watch those bumps, dude, go, go, go. And this is bonkers. So Ludovic manages evidently to put his Ferrari up into 5th place because Cameron had obviously gone over to the curb there. But Cameron's flashing away, so I wasn't too happy with something. But we have got some absolutely fantastic racing going on. 8.5 minutes left of this second sprint race of the evening. Again, you can't put it down for a second. So Junior Hughes, well, maybe Chris is backing him up a little bit there because Mr. Hughes now pulled nearly 3 seconds. You can see at the very top of the screen, just going through the left-hander there. So maybe Chris is holding them up, but he put oh dear. So Ludovic, you saw him going in. I thought he looked a little bit light there, and you saw that back end over rotate. And that is him out of the picture. So Volkov now, he wants to join the party. Volkov, he's got some company. He definitely has got some company. We're going to get a dive. Well, he's thinking about a move into the heavy braking zone. Are we going to see something green on the left hand side? No, Volkov moves over to cover that line, so he's currently got himself up into 6th place, and he's now trying to keep Ludovic's behind him. And we know Ludovic's got some really good pace because he holds the fastest lap of this race so far in his Ferrari, but he's got Keddy now. Keddy's come to join the party. Is Keddy going to get a move done? So as we see the shadows just moving around, absolutely love everything about this simulator. And just behind them we've got Paulie, Keenan and Kiss. Well, are they going to? I can't help it, I'm really sorry. Live chat, good close racing, a touch of rubbing. Yes, we know you like that, Del. It did get a bit spicy, Chris, you are correct. And Wheelie Kev, sorry mate, I didn't mean to dismiss you there was just a lot going on. I am doing well, mate. I hope you're doing well. Georgie Priest popped in earlier to say hi. Yeah, so again, if you're American, you want to race in American League and American times in America, ARL. We got another one in the live chat. Keddy does get that move done. So Keddy gets himself up to 7th place in his rather Keddy-ified livery, and that's going to please him no end. So I definitely think that Ludovic's got some damage on his Ferrari, because Zach Dow is now the next who's going to, well, looks like he's going to make it to, oh, Keenan's gone off track, and you can see that he's just gone for a bit of a spin. And he's probably had a little coming together, which is unfortunate. So Junior Hughes at the top of the grid, 2.6 seconds in front, 2.8 I should say. And Chris is still holding off these team of Beamers. He's doing a great job, isn't he? I bet he's sweating like mad, like they all are. But you've got to think these two are teammates behind, and they're working together very well. I'm sure they're not going to take each other out, although I'm sure they both want a place on the podium. So we'll see how the next 6 minutes pans out. What do you reckon, live chat? Are we going to have any instance within this little quartet? Because Cameron Martin's been looking pretty punchy when we've had a look at him so far this evening. I'm sure he's going to want to continue that. So we shall move. I can't move off this, man. It's for the podium. We've got a yellow flag out, although I've got nothing yellow on my screen, so they're obviously just getting some exercise. Chris is doing a great job of holding everyone up. It's not as close now. Watch the lead battle. Right, Blanchett and Longdon. I will have a look at that, most certainly. I will have a look at that, mate. Right, let's go back and have a look. So, I think these are going to be pretty much as you are. Right, Blanchett. There he is. Mr. Ryan Blanchett. Let's have a look at him. So, Blanchett is currently leading the AM class, and he's running 13th overall, so he's doing a great job. Dale's got himself in between these two, so maybe Longdon has had himself a slight issue there, but he's got Sergio all over the back of him, and Sergio, well, he's not going to give an inch, is he? No, Sergio's going to want that position back. As you look in that mirror, that white Aston just harassing Nige, trying to force him into a mistake. And again, when we did the track guide, you remember, you know, it's a lot about the balance of the car and how much speed you're taking through the corners. There are lots of opportunities around this track for you to force somebody into going offline slightly, or breaking traction, or getting a bit understeery or oversteery. There's a lot of opportunities to do that, and you see a lot of moves happen off the back of that racecraft. That's what we'll say for that. So he looks to have that one looks to have that comfortable at the moment. He's now trying to get a move done on Dale so he can get on with the important job of chasing down Mr. Ryan Blanchett for the AM class. Michael Massey, let's have a look at him. Mr. Michael Massey. Is it me? Is it me? Or is he driving a Nissan? He is driving a Nissan. Gamer Dad will be over the moon. So well done to you, Mr. Massey. Right, so he's running 17th place. Let's try and do a quick run through what's going on in the grid with 3.5 minutes to go behind me. Stuart Pryor's in 18th place. Damstra's 19th. Hellerman's running in 20th place at the moment. Stefano Barretto is 21st. Sean Freeman is running in 24th place. Alan Brown has changed to Brazil whilst we're going through this, so he's looking actually pretty close, isn't he, to Mr. Sean Freeman. I think there's going to be a challenge. Well, there is no challenge there. Freeman's definitely got some damage because Brizzle just literally waltzes past him on the way down into turn 1. So Sean must have some damage on that car. We know Sean's quicker than where he is at the moment. Madship's now looking like he wants to have a Bosch, and then Dave Goodway's behind. So I think Sean Madship goes a little bit wide there. That's going to allow Mr. Goodway to get right up the inside, which he does. Let's see if he's going to put a challenge in under the brakes. Well, he's put himself in the right position as Madship goes wide yet again. I think he's probably gone off track with that one. He did, so he definitely had to back out of it, let's put it that way. So Dave Goodway now coming up to the back of that run at DJC. Sean Freeman must have damage. I'm sure he's going to want to get past him and try and scamper off and chase down Fresh Brizzle, but we'll keep an eye on that. So a bit further down the grid, we have then got Madship, who we've just been looking at there in the back of your picture. He's 25th. In 26th is Corvin. Humbert's 27th. Matthew Ings 28th. Then we've got Black Magic 29th, and James Williams is running in 30th position. So I believe that is an improvement from race 1 and certainly from qualifying for race 2. I'm guessing Chica died after his good first race. Don't know, mate. Shuffy's in. Just dropping in to smash the like button, coops, blah 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 blah. Just wanted to. Good man. Appreciate that, Shuffy. Anyway, what I want to know, it's another Chris. Someone was saying earlier actually in our live chat, there's too many Chris's, and there is a lot of Chris's. But Mr. Shuffler, specifically for you, have you started off our business yet? You know, the Shuffler Simsock. I mean, we did have a website and everything, and we did agree on 20%. So, as Dave Goodway, he again also just breezes past Freeman on the way down into turn 1. We Chris's rule, yeah, but what do you rule? That's the question. That is the question, isn't it? Right, Black Magic. Let's have a look at him in 29th place. So how's he getting on? How is Black Magic getting on? 47.395 last race. Then we've got Mr. Williams in the Pink Pig Porsche. Obviously, Simon Turner chasing him down in his Porsche at the same time, and then Eliza is running 32nd at the moment in her Aston Martin. Brett Films running 33rd, as you can see there, and he looks like he is keeping Mariano at bay at the moment, who's 34th. Hendry's running in 35th place. Michael Herbert 36th, and then we've got Terence Keenan in the pits. Not going to be a happy chappy. Thanks for letting me know. Leaders on the final lap. Ian Thompson, there you go, aka Chica's running in 38, but still running. Rokas Kokauskis is in the pits. Letanauskis is in the pits. So we've had a few leave the server as well. So hopefully we're not talking rage quit. Back at the top, Junior Hughes is still leading this race. 5.4 seconds. Wow. Chris, remember, was running in second place and looks like he's managed to succumb to the pressure of the two BMW teammates who now have their own little scrap. So we'll keep an eye on that. I'm sure Chris is going to want to try and get back involved in that at some point. Cameron Martin's up to 5th, so he's managed to get moved on Volkov. He's in 6th place. He's only 0.2, 0.3 behind him at the moment, so that's also a close battle. I think we need to stick with this because it is the last lap. Oh, and he's gone too deep in there. Remember your teammates, boys, you don't want to be taking each other out on the last lap, although I'm sure Pizzuk would really, really like that to happen. Zach Dow's in 7th place. Keddy's running in 8th. 2.3 behind. He's probably not going to get that one back. Favatez is 9th at the moment, still holding the fastest lap of the race, and 0.4 behind Keddy. And then Paul is doing really well to hold on to 10th at the moment. Dom's in 11th. Dale is in 12th. Then we've got Blanchett and Longdon, 1.2 between them. Keep an eye on that as these two get really, really close towards the end of this lap. And I mean really, really close. We'll have to see how that develops. You can see there, Martin and Volkov, they're having a really good scrap at the end of this race. But we have to have a look at our man. Junior Hughes, who comes around the final corner. Well done, mate. So a third and a first. Consistency on that podium. Congratulations, Mr. Jow, lock and load. Again, ignore what's come up on your screen. That needs to be fixed. Senator, second place. Congratulations to you. And Nopek, again, fantastic pace from you, mate. Third place, so he's got a first and a third. Junior Hughes has a first and a third. Those two could be buddies for this season. Well done. Excellent drive. Chris Pizzuk, fantastic fourth place. Unlucky there. Obviously, you went from second to fourth, but that was some pretty epic pressure that they were putting on you, no doubt. Let's have a look at him. Beautiful livery on that car as he goes into the pit lane. So let's go Helicam. Just see the guys coming across the line. Cameron Martin, great race for you. Well done. Fifth place in your Porsche Volkov. Another strong run in your Aston there in sixth place. Zach Dow finished in seventh in the end after having that tap with Junior Hughes. We'll see if there's any fallout from that after the race. Kenny finished in 8th, well that's better than 16th from race 1, and then Ludovic in 9th, really impressed with his pace, and Paulie rounds out your top 10. Impressive stuff. And we're going to go in here and run through the rest of it, because that will probably change in a moment. 11th place, Dom finishes in 11th place, Bjorn Dale in 12th, Blanchett 13th and 1st in the AM class. Well done, Brian, great race from you. Nigel Longdon 14th overall, 2nd in the AM class. Well done to you. Then Sergio finished 15th, Kerikes 16th, Michael Massey double podium, 2 third spots for you. Well done. Stuart Pryor in 18th, 4th in class. Well done to you, mate. Damstrap 19th, 5th in class for the AMs. Hillerman in 20th position, Barretto 21st, Alan Brown 22nd, Goodway 23rd, Mad Chip did bring it home in 24th place. Sean Freeman 25th, Corvin 26th, Matthew Ing 27th, and then we have Hublet 28th, Black Magic 29th, James Williams manages to finish P30, Simon Turner 31st, Eliza finished in 32nd, Brett Films 33rd, Mariano 34th, Henry 35th place, and then Chica 36th, Keenan 37th, flat out to 38th. I think we've had a couple leave the server already. So, blimey, oh blimey, that was pretty epic, I have to say. I don't know how you guys feel in the live chat, but I am absolutely done in. No thanks, I don't want that anymore. No, I do, it was brilliant. Congratulations to everybody on both podiums. You all did extremely well this evening. I hope everybody enjoyed the new look that we've been working on. As usual, just tons of stuff to talk about. Obviously, we will be back next Tuesday for round 2. On Thursday, don't forget, actually, let's have a look at that whilst we're here. Don't forget, on Thursday, we've got the Rookie Series that's kicking off. That promises to be pretty epic as well. We've got a big grid for that one. And then the Pure Sim Gear GT3 Fridays, obviously 8 o'clock on Friday. Again, multiple tiers. We've got just a Pro tier, just an AM tier now. Again, lots of people, lots of interest. And yeah, we'll be back on Tuesday for that. So one thing I did want to say, if anyone's interested in getting involved within a charity race, there is one going to be happening on the... it's towards the end of November. There is a charity race. I think it's for a very, very worthy cause. Obviously, just drop me a message and I'll let you know what that is. And we've got our 24 hours. I think that's on the 19th, which is, wow, it's got to be epic. Of course it is. Formula Racing, well, that was fun. It was fun. Longdon got second. Yeah, he did, Chris. Do you know what? Some excellent racing. I know there were some issues. There's always going to be issues with sprint racing and having such a big grid, but that's all part of the jeopardy and part of the skill of what you guys do for us. So I think we're pretty much there, aren't we? So in terms of the live chat, let's just say a quick thank you to a few people in here before we go. Who's still in? We've still got 16 watching, which is absolutely fantastic. So everybody that's watched, if you've left a like, fabulous. If you haven't, please do. It means a lot to me, helps the channel immensely. You want to watch all of the other stuff that's going to happen in this series and other series, consider the sub. Yeah, you got nothing to lose on that front apart from gain. Well, watch me blabber on a couple of times a week. So thank you to everyone that's watched. Thank you to everyone that's commented and left a like. I really appreciate it. And, well, you know what that leaves us with, don't you, ladies and gents? Comms by Coops, out.